welcome to another episode of the United Fan Zone. Manchester United 3, Southampton 1. Pretty disappointing performance for me today, considering how well we've played on the last two games. I think for me, if it wasn't for the tiredness of Southampton in the last 10 minutes, I don't think we win that game. But also on the part of some brilliance for Diallo. Mikey, how are you feeling after that horrible performance?
I'm feeling very optimistic about this coach. One, because he made the right subs in order to get us across the line, and he went after the game late on when it looked hopeless, when it's easy for us to draw down tools or drop our heads or whatever. He went after the game, and the guys kind of responded to that. And then they gave us 10, 15 minutes of good football that they can muster. So what holds true still remains the same, that these guys can't give us 90 minutes of football.
Mhm.
They still can't do it. They either have 20 or 45 minutes in them at a time, and heads will drop or whatever the case may be. So I'm happy. I'm glad Amad scored the goals that we needed, and I'm glad to have the show that, we're on a win. So
Yeah. Just congratulations to Ahmed. Now became United's second youngest player ever to score a hat-trick. Just behind Wayne Rooney. So congratulations to Ahmed, and you deserve all the praise today. I said it in the chat. Ahmed beat Southampton today, not Man United. He was just, to be honest though, for 60 minutes, I didn't think he was that good. And then he just turned a switch, and he just ended up. I think it was kind of more when the subs came on, and he was allowed to play a little more freely. I think with 𝗦𝗶𝗴𝙍 not having his best game today, I think he was more wary of being down that side, protecting 𝗦𝗶𝗴𝙍. But once that change was happened, and again, big congratulations to 𝗕𝗓, because as soon as he came on, that defense just shored right up. And again to 𝗕, another clearance off the goal line. That's my back three right now. 𝗦𝗶𝗴𝙍 is going to be great. He's going to be great. But he needs time to learn the Premier League, and I think that's coming off the bench. That back line of Martinez, Maguire in the middle, and 𝗕 on the right, that is the back three. It has to be. They're so good. So congratulations to the certain players, but the rest of them, Garnacho, not your greatest day today, buddy. Not your greatest day. Again with the dribbles and failing on the dribbles. He did put that nice cross across goal where Anthony should have scored. He did do some couple of things, but overall, not your best day. And I'm going to say this again, and it's going to be a topic like the Rashford thing. We need a striker, because as much as I do love Rasmus Højlund, something's up. 𝗍𝗫 has been playing.
Oh,
something is up. Something is up.
Oh, not 20. I thought it was 20 goals a season.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. Don't you worry.
Okay.
𝗍𝗫 is playing phenomenal, but he's too slow to be a striker.
Yeah.
We need an out-and-out striker. We saw that plain as day today. And if the board don't react on at least trying to get a striker right now, we could be in for a rough start, because if we play like that against Brighton, we're getting hammered.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I say I disagree with you on there for this, I thought you were spot on with everything, per usual. But I would say that United won this game because once the subs were made, Onana kept them in the game, De Ligt with the clearance, Amad, 𝗍𝗫 with the passage of play, Eriksen with the pass to make it happen, and then Amad with the goal. They all kind of figured it out towards the end. And once again, these guys only have about, 20 or 45 minutes of football. And that's where we need to build on, right? The squad right now is raw, and better sides are going to take advantage of, how they don't have a complete game in them. But if you watch Southampton at all through the year, this is what they do. They capitulate towards the end. They've given up so many games that they probably dropped about 12 or 15 points from leading positions in which they could have won, just because they they're shambolic once the pressure's on them. They brought it to us,
Yeah, they did.
and as they should. We're a side that just played 2 big games on a week apart, so we shouldn't be necessarily tired. But they brought it right to us, and they just showed once Man United's easy to crack. Once again, off a corner, which is insane. But it's kind of a mishap at that point. Goes off 𝙈𝙊𝙍 and goes in. Onana can't get to it. It's fine. It's whatever. But what I will say is, they rallied together. They
They
rallied
did.
together. Onana saving and keeping the game, keeping it close because we needed those two. That double save he made, perfect. The lick save, goal line clearance, perfect, and they rallied around that. And Ruben Amorim, bro, he saw it. He saw an opening. He saw where I can exploit this. And he took a real chance at giving Anthony a chance to even people are gonna jump on Anthony for missing the goal, as they should, rightfully so. But let's just take into account that he was one of the few people that was in position to get there,
Yeah.
and he was not playing in a position that he should have been. And Amorim made the whole team more attacking because of it. So I think a little bit of credit needs to be given there. Of course, I want Anthony to go still, but all in all, man, 3 points that we move. We're just at this point where 3 points is what we need, and we can't really be too crazy. Just like how prior years, we can't be too crazy about how we get it.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I did like the fight from the players at the end. There was great fight from the players instead of giving up once again. Kind of like when we went 2-1 down against Liverpool. They fought back. They got the goals. Um, my only disappointment is it's against and they did show it online earlier that Southampton are rated right now the worst Premier League team of all time. This Southampton team.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They the amount of goals they conceded, I think they've only won once.
They won twice. They got 6. Well, yeah, they probably did only win once and then drew a bunch.
Yeah, they've only won once, I believe, and the amount of goals that they've given up. But it's kind of, but at the end of the day, it's still a win, and it's still we showed that we had the fight and the passion to overcome the adversity against a team that was lower, not just high. We overcome it with Liverpool. We overcame it with Southampton today. 80 minutes, we were the second best team in that, by far the second best team. But you are right. Anthony does deserve some credit today. I'm just very disappointed in that miss because, for one, I stupidly put a bet on Anthony scoring the next goal at halftime. And he kind of cost me a couple of $100 there, but
couple of hundred?
Yeah. Dude, he was plus 1,200 to score the next goal.
Oh my god, you would have made a small fortune.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was kind of
I'm sorry to cut you off, but you piqued my interest here.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the worst Premier League team of all time.
They're not going to be there yet because as of right now, they are. They're not. You've got at the end of the season.
You know who it is?
Who? Norwich.
They're on the list. They're on the top 20.
Yeah.
Derby 07-08.
How many points?
11 points.
Yeah. Southampton have got
minus 69 goal difference.
Yeah, Southampton are not too far, but they were talking about at this position at this stage of the season.
Comparatively,
comparatively,
I get it.
Where it is, yeah. I don't think they will end up the worst team if they can play like that against some lower sides. Great. For me, I'm just glad we got a win because I couldn't bear being 6-7 points from the drop. Not only that, I couldn't bear losing to Southampton. And to be quite frank, if we had lost that game, there's a part of me that felt today, like when we were losing in the 80th minute, I was like, you deserve to go down. If you go down, you deserve it. Because there's no way that the set of players that we have should have been losing to Southampton. They're just not. But I just want to get your comment. Do you think now after watching that game that we really need a striker? I think that's the number one priority.
Yeah. Definitely need a striker, but also, I mean, there was a time where we were asking, where were the goals gonna come from?
Yeah.
Right now we're getting in front of the goal and not making the damn thing.
Yes.
Before it was like nobody gets enough service. Now with this setup and with Amorim, setting it up the way he is, there's goals to be had. It's just that now we're not clinical enough to get them.
Yeah.
So we went from not being in a position to get any and having to defend for our lives a lot of the time, came from that to now there's a lid on the goal and guys can't make it. But I think that's a good place to be in, right?
Mhm.
There's some progress to be had there. I think a striker does shore it up. But the striker situation, he has to be pacey.
Yeah.
He has to be able to break lines, and we have to be able to use our goalkeeper to start attacks
Yes.
with a pacey striker that can meet the ball in between the goalkeeper and the back line.
No,
I
that's
think I think that's what we need to focus on. More of a pace-driven, strong striker that can get the ball at his feet and turn and run at guys.
see, that's my thing with Rasmus Højlund is he's strong, he can turn, he's extremely pacey, but he's just like he just can't.
Indecisive.
His first touch is horrendous.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
is there a coach not sitting there just kicking the ball up in the air for 10 minutes and having them control the ball? Like
And he
that's
goes down real easy.
he
Like
does get
he'll
closed down and he can't turn on the ball. Like you look at like Guterres, he's not standing. I said it before, he's not standing like this. He's standing like this. He can turn on that ball real quick. Whereas Rasmus is kind of like, oh, like, what's going on? And he's not playing well. But I've got to give kudos to 𝙈𝙍𝙀, man, because he's come on in the last couple of games, and I think he really changed the game today when he came on. His hold up play, his ability
yeah.
to, take a man on. We saw it against Arsenal where he put one of the best defenders in the world on his butt. So he did it again today, and I got to give credit to that. Casey's saying I was surprised that the midfield struggled. I'm not. You're coming off the back of playing Liverpool and you're playing Arsenal away. 𝙈𝙊𝙍 is all over the field, and he just that guy's tired. That guy's tired, man. Like I don't know if you've ever looked at his heat map on the map, like on the pitch.
Mm-mm.
It's insane the amount of distance that guy travels in a game. It is insane. And it's not just like in that center. It's all over the pitch. Because a lot of times when you're seeing now, well, we're seeing the central defenders being in the box quite a bit. 𝙈𝙊𝙍's back covering. So when those players go back, he has to then, defend that entire area. So I'm not surprised he struggled today. It was the worst performance I've seen from him in a little while, but I'll give him credit. The guy's tired. Mainu, on the other hand, again, not his best performance. He really looks uncomfortable out there today.
A lot of gaps. A lot of gaps in
A
the
lot of gaps.
midfield today. A
Oh yeah.
lot of gaps. I thought we had that problem licked, but also these. I think maybe maybe I'm bailing them out here, so I probably won't say that. But I do feel I don't know if that partnership really works full time. I think you got it. It only works when they're both fresh.
Yeah.
Um, they can't. One can't be tired, and they have to support each other equally.
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of times we've seen that in the Premier League where you're two. I guess they are defensive, right, in a way, but one's gonna go forward, and they just decide who's gonna go forward. But the two or the three of the midfield, and maybe the four at times, if they're tired, it kind of stymies the process of the game, whether it be defensively or going forward. You can't. It just can't work. And I think the Ligt kind of suffered from that too, right?
Yeah.
The Ligt kind of suffered from Euro not being so good that he had to probably otherwise do things he wouldn't do if he had confidence in Euro holding it up on his side. Because you're essentially on an island
Yeah.
over there when you play the back three. You're on an island and everybody's looking at you and you got to figure it out. And if I have to come and help you, that means there's space in. And yeah, I think that's what happened with 𝙈𝙍𝙍. He's just real tired. And Mainu kind of suffered from that being the case. Although he couldn't play some passes, I don't want to give up on him yet. I would like to see him. I'd like to see him get amongst the goals if possible,
Who's that,
or the
Mainu?
assists. Yeah, but it helps that we won. It
He
helps
does.
that we won to just build the confidence going forward, knowing, hey, even when we're playing bad, even when it doesn't look good, we can still come together and get a dub. So I think all in all, with everybody performance we've had and everything that's gone wrong, the dub kind of gets us forward because we were looking down the barrel of some real embarrassment.
Oh yeah. There's another player I actually want to give a lot of credit to. Before we got to before we got Ugarte, we struggled for CDM. There's a guy that's come in the last 2 games, and he's done a fantastic job. The Collier, I got to give him credit to today,
Yeah,
dude. He is, I don't see him going back down after those 2
composed.
performances. I think he is a permanent on the bench now.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads me to there's a certain Brazilian that wasn't on the bench today. And are we going to see him leave this month? Because it's TikTok. It is TikTok time, man. We're coming up to the end of the second week of January. He's not on the bench. Collier's looking good. Yeah, it's a lot of money to be saved right there. A lot of money to be saved if we can get him gone.
Yeah, I mean, I think he wants to go too.
Mhm.
That makes it a lot easier.
He does.
Whatever team gets him, then he's probably going to do them a disservice as well. I think his name carries weight in name only and not ability. I think he's going to sell you some shirts. He's going to be a nice little addition to your team as far as, hey, look who we have. But I would like a 40 or 50 million. Still, I know we're not going to get that.
No,
I know that's crazy to ask
I
for,
would take
but
20 of it.
I would take, yeah. I wouldn't listen. We know we're not getting anything close to what we paid for any of these
Yeah.
guys. So I've been seeing some people with some of these numbers that they're saying for guys that they want. Like, man, I want 70 million for Garnacho. After seeing that game today, you still think he's worth 60 or 70 million?
So
Absolutely not.
for me, I wouldn't let him go for anything less than 60 on just this principle. If we because you got to remember he's still what 20. He's still
Yeah.
he's still a work in progress. If we let him go and he goes up, say he goes to Napoli, tears it up in Napoli, then he goes to what 100 million to Real Madrid in a few years. That's my sort of problem. Like he is a good young talent. He is only 20. He's still greedy. And let's not forget. Remember, Ronaldo first came in. There was a lot of that flashiness, a lot of that, and he needed somebody like Roy Keane and that lot to kind of bring him down a little bit. He doesn't really have that at Man United. You know what I mean? So I'm not comparing him to Ronaldo in any instance. I'm just kind of saying, hey, these young players that are coming in, they need to be brought back down. And I think Amorim's doing that with him. But if we're going to let him go, I don't let him go for less than 60. Not a chance. Because I do think if he goes to Napoli, he's going to tear it up in Napoli. Slower league, he has that ability to run at them a little bit more. And then we're going to see, in his golden age of 24, 25, get a big money move to Madrid or something like that. Because I really do think he's going to be a solid player.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I did feel that way about Garnacho at one point in time. I think the jury's still out for me with him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's bad. So I don't want to be these United
Yeah.
fans like he's terrible, he's awful. He's had a few good games, but he also has put it in the net a lot for us
Mm-hmm.
this season too.
And assist too.
Yeah, so I don't think he's a bad player.
I think
I
isn't
don't.
he still our top assist in the Premier League? I think he's
Oh,
still our top assist.
yeah, okay. That might be true. It's either him or is
Bruno.
it Bruno? Yeah. What I will say though is that the difference between the whole Ronaldo thing and which I feel like you're right about that. They're not the direct comparison. The only difference is that the talent ceiling for Ronaldo was way higher. He was way more unpredictable
Mhm.
when he got it. There was more flashes of brilliance. He
Yeah.
kept that thing. When he had the ball, he kept it.
Yeah.
And it was flashy. You could barely get it off him. When he got the ball on the wing, he was running at you at such a pace with such precision that it was terrifying. If I'm the opposing left or right back, I'm terrified at this guy with this quality. I
Yeah.
don't get that from Garnacho. I don't think Garnacho is going to morph into that. I think that's more Amad. I think when Amad gets the ball and he's running at somebody,
Dude,
he's
he was
ama-
electric.
he's so direct. He's fearless, and that's what I need. I don't think Garnacho could beat some of the weaker guys in this league for sure. But then there's guys like you run up against the Kyle Walker, who's weak. Like, I mean, like, as far as his powers are waning, he's 34. But Livramento had him on toast, had locked off Garnacho. There was nothing going on for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas Amad will make something happen against anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody in the Premier League, he'll make it happen. And even if he can't, he'll find a way to. And that's why I think Garnacho struggles at. I don't know if he's going to be the guy that goes to Real Madrid and gets to 25. You know, it's 5 years from now.
Yeah.
I'm wish I like that you're thinking that way. That just shows who you are. That you have a lot of like you're backing these players. So I love that. But I'm just cautiously optimistic,
No,
and I'll
I get
take
your point of
40
view.
million for him right now if they asked. If they said, "Yo, 40 million and he can go," I'd be like, "Can we do a little add-on clause for that too?"
Yeah,
Like
no,
a
I would
sell-on
probably
fee?
take. Yeah, I'd probably take 40, 45 with 15 million in add-ons, or a substantial sell-on fee. That I would take, because yeah, he's just as much as his assists are. Like, I think there's someone out there who's the can't remember his name. The player in the Premier League. He'll come to me in a minute. Begins with M anyway. Someone like that on the left wing is doing a lot more than what Garnacho's. For me, I think there's better.
Dibbling.
Huh?
Dibbling was doing more than Garnacho.
Today?
Dibbling is a very good player.
Yeah, he is
He's
fast.
he's very good. Like, he's on a bad team, he won't be there next year, or unless he signed a new deal. And I don't know. I'm not in the dirt with Southampton, but that guy's not going to be there long. Like, they're going to go down, and he's probably going to go someplace else because that kid is good.
Yeah, I was really impressed with him today. On the left there, I think we really struggle. But for me, the overall performance is kind of like Amorim didn't want to say it at the end. He was asked by Paul Scholes, like, "Hey, these players good enough to be in your system," sort of thing? And obviously, he had to say, "Yeah." But there's no doubt in my mind that come summer, 3 or 4, maybe 5 of these players are Man United. So for me, it's like, I don't know. I'm disappointed. You know me. I've always backed Ineos, but the fact that they are not even contemplating getting somebody in there, at least a striker in there this January, it's kind of, especially considering you want to take pay cuts from everyone else. You don't want to put that.
Those pay cuts are also pretty new. Not to back Ineos because I don't like backing the billionaires, but those pay cuts are still pretty new, right? We still need to see. Time has to elapse a little bit before we see the fruits of what's going to happen with that. The thing is with Ineos, I don't hate them. I just think is what they're trying to do is going to take time, and when you cut money, you got to wait for it to come back.
Yeah,
and it hasn't come back yet enough for it. I just don't think we have the money, bro. I don't still think they have it in them. And they've said it. They're like, hey, the summer is really where we're trying to get our money. They've said that in the past. So
I'm just more concerned on, like, look, Rashford wants to go. Why can't we move Rashford? Casemiro wants to go. Why can't we move Casemiro? And I understand the wages, and I think the players understand the wages too. So if they want to leave, they're going to have to take a pay cut. I think they understand that. It's just, for me, again, the lack of being able to move players on. It kind of resembles the Glaciers when it comes to the system. Like, when it comes to transfers, like, you might be good at, like, getting the Lenny Euro deal, or getting the Zersky deal done pretty quickly. But when it comes to moving on, which has been a thorn in our side for a long, long time, it just seems like nothing has really changed. If you understand what I mean?
yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's also like the player agent and everybody has to be satisfied in these deals, right? So when you can't satisfy all these people, that's when the deals don't happen. And I feel like, I don't know for sure, but if there was real money, if Rashford wants to go for real money. I'm sure he doesn't want to go back too much more than what he's getting at United, but he has to understand he's not going to get that again.
Yeah.
He has to know that. Like a full club will pay him that. So if he's holding out for that much, then like he's going to end up playing in the reserves once the
Do
window
you see
shut.
him being integrated back into the team
I would
if he
love
doesn't
for
go?
him. I would love to have him back in the team. I think Marcus Rashford has earned enough grace with me to if he doesn't if none of the moves materialize and they don't go forward, we bring him back in the team. And
I'm only willing to do that though if his attitude, and that's one thing I will give credit to Garnacho for, because he did. It looks like he has changed his attitude. He's passing the ball a lot more. Set up a couple of misses today. But he's passing more. He just needs to work on his dribbling. That's the only thing. My worry with Rashford is if he doesn't go and he doesn't change his attitude, is he going to bring this team down to where we were with Ten Hag? You know what I mean? Like bring
he
that
just
dressing
doesn't
room down.
play. He just won't play.
Yeah.
That's the deal. The deal is you just won't play. If your attitude stinks, you're already making your 300 bags a week. If your attitude is stink, then you're gonna go and you're gonna play with the under 21s, and that's what you're gonna play with them the rest of the season, and you're gonna train with them even, and that's just what it's gonna be. This is either gonna buy into this system that we got going on here, or you're gonna move on and figure it out someplace else. And if that don't materialize, we got a nice place for you playing with the kids. You can do that. You used to play with them before. So you can go back there. You're not too far removed from that. So yeah, I'm not worried if we don't, we're gonna get something out of it. And I think he's earned enough grace to come back. I don't completely think that he's irredeemable. I think there's still a player in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I mad before I wanted him to go? Yeah, for sure. Because we love him. That's why we're angry. It's because we love him.
Yeah.
But it's only so much love is going to get you. So far, it's going to get you.
He
Rather,
did travel with the team today. He was signing autographs before the game. I did see that. Wasn't in the match day squad. Um, with him traveling with a team, do you put him on the bench Sunday?
Who do we have after? Who's after that?
Rangers on Thursday.
I might put him on the bench for Rangers. I might give him a. You know what? I might put him on the bench for this week and give him a run out, and then to see how that goes.
Yeah.
To see if he's gonna buy into anything that we're going, because we're gonna need him. It's gonna be a game that we're not gonna need him, right? Because we're past that. But like, it'd be nice to
No,
have
it would
him.
have been nice to have him today at
I
pace on
would
the
have
left.
liked to seen him at striker today.
Hmm?
I know he's not a number 9. I'm not dizzy on that fact, but like I would have loved to see him up top. I mean, granted, Xerxes came in and handled the business towards the end, but like it'd be nice to have an injection of pace against a tired team.
Yeah.
But he has to commit to playing that ball, that extra ball,
Yeah.
and running back when he loses it and being hell bent to get it, like Amad is.
Yeah. No,
Now
like
it's everything like Amad.
yeah, I know. Everyone's buzzing on Ahmed. Everyone in the bar today was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get an Ahmed shirt." Blah. But yeah, I think I know we're not missing him, but I think playing him as an like if he could change his attitude, I know because that's the thing we're screaming out for, right? A striker, someone that can score the goal. If he can sort himself out, we don't need a striker because we have him. We have that boy that can ping that ball to, hold it up, and then turn on the defense with pace because he has plenty of pace. You're right. I'm more frustrated because how much I do like Rashford, and it's just the attitude problem and how much he could be helping the team right now if he just changes attitude. That's all it is. It's attitude, and he's letting the team down. He's letting his teammates down, and I think you've got to understand that. And if you're not willing to fight for your teammates, I think other teams are going to look at that too when I'm like, hey, you're not willing to fight for your team. You're not willing to fight for your teammates.
As much as like, at first I agree with him. I agree with him saying, hey, I want to leave. Because if you want to leave, you should be able to say you want to leave.
Yeah.
Like, if you're mentally maxed out on somebody, it's like, for example, tomorrow I'm quitting my new job. I don't want to be there. It's not a good fit. I don't like it. Okay. Am I quitting on my teammates? No, I've only been there a month.
Yeah.
But like, there's a difference between me and Marcus Rashford being at a place for 20 years.
Yeah.
But I'm also all in favor. But at first I was like that. Now I'm like reading that note back and I'm like, you're looking for new challenges. Brother, the main challenge you haven't done, which is win the Premier League.
Yeah.
You're not going to be there for that. The main challenge, winning the Champions League. You haven't done that. Stopping Liverpool from getting 20. You haven't done that.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about here as far as what challenges you're looking for?
Yeah.
Brother, the challenge is here. You need to stay. You need to fix your attitude. And I don't even like the attitude shit, but you need to the attitude on the pitch where you think you're above tracking back or you're above running to get the ball in. And sometimes I feel like he's a little afraid because he's gotten hurt because he was playing that way.
Yeah.
When he was at his peak or like getting up there and we're like, man, he's playing too many games. He hurt his back and he was doing all of those things for Ollie. Yeah. Ollie kind of ran him into the ground. So I wonder how much of it is like, I got to preserve myself because I remember what it was back then. But then it's almost like you got to you might have to bust your hump, bro.
But it doesn't
help.
help.
Have to just bust your hump for the club.
You're right. But it also doesn't help with the pictures coming out with him with a rapper who got in a lot of trouble. I don't know if you've seen that.
I don't care about that.
No, I know you don't, but it's not helping him is what I'm getting at. It's not helping.
It shouldn't be a thing.
It shouldn't.
Like, you take pictures with everybody.
Yeah.
So if I take a picture with somebody and they go rape someone, am I at fault for that?
No, you're not. And I think it's more to do with just
it's silly.
Yeah, it is, but I think it's more to do with the mindset of the how pissed off the fans are, and then that sort of thing comes out. So then they just get more angry. I agree with you. It shouldn't be a thing. Whoever he hangs around with, what he does in his off time shouldn't. Whatever his haircut is, shouldn't matter.
He had to come and bring a statement out like, hey, I stopped and take pictures. No, don't explain yourself. That kind of stuff makes me upset. Because, like, who cares? Like, if I take a picture with someone and they do something, that doesn't make me culpable for what they did. No. Even if I knew them, that doesn't make me culpable for what they did. Like, that's just a nothing burger. But this is what happens with Marcus Rashford. That's why he needs to go from the club. This is the harassment that's a distraction to the club. Because it's any little thing you do. I'm not mad at you going to go watch an NBA game. Should you do it? Probably not. But is it an issue for me? No, because your way of travel and my way of travel is completely different. Brother, you don't even have to carry a bag when you travel. You might sleep on you could take a jet at any time of the day. I have to wait in a line. He's not flying first class. Yeah. You know what I mean? His way of traveling is way different. So these little things I don't care about. But there's such a distraction that I'm like, bro, just go ahead and go over here and do that. That's why I like Amad, because Amad he's so meek and mild and he don't care.
He's just happy to be he's just happy to be on the pitch. He's happy to be a football player, It's kind of like Rashford was 5-6 years ago, happy to be a football player. I had fans from Arsenal, Liverpool text me today and just like, oh, he's gonna be in a Real Madrid. So I was like, this kid wants to be at Man. Of all the players I've seen in a long time, this is the kid that I see being at Man United. He's just Man United through and through.
Even if he wants to play at Real Madrid, we got 5 good years with him. We've had a few years with him that were
already said that he wants to retire at Man United.
Yeah, I mean, they all say that. Everybody says that. Everybody says they want to stay. And then the Galacticos come
calling, yeah.
Yeah, so I get it. Like that's the pinnacle of football achievement as far as football goes, right?
For Real Madrid, yeah.
I get it. I talk about that in my video a little bit, but if they do come, we'll have him for 5 years.
Yeah.
So let's enjoy these 5 years for sure. But if they do come, they have to pay big. We're going to make them pay big, especially for the Ronaldo deal. They got to pay big. You got to come with some big money.
Well, they pay big for the Ronaldo deal.
I'm talking about big. I'm talking about Neymar big. They're going to have to $217 million. That's the Mbappé final offer.
Yeah, like that's something I wish he fixed, along with, agent fees and a cap. I would put a cap on football transfers.
The agent thing is annoying, man.
It is. I think that's something the Premier League, or not just Premier League, maybe UEFA needs to step in and put a stop on. Like, hey, this is your limit. This is what you get from each player. Because paying an agent 10 million to move to another club is just getting outrageous to the point
What do you
where
think they should get paid?
um
I think that's a better question.
I would say depending. So I wouldn't go with a cap of like 1.25 million a cap. I would say a cap on the percentage of the transfer.
Okay.
So like if you represent Ronaldo in his prime and he's moving from Man United to Real Madrid and to an 80 million transfer, you get 2 or 3%, 4%, whatever, you know what it is. There needs to be
Yeah,
a cap on whatever the transfer is. Because right now I've seen some where it's like 10 million is just outrageous.
yeah. Let me read some of these comments. Shout out to Casey Gale, Dan Taylor tapping in with us per usual. We love it. So let's start with Rashford might need a new agent who will tell him the real. I think he has bad guidance. Playing
His
with him
brother.
in the U21 first. You guys are right. If Rashford does fix his attitude, he could definitely help the team. I hope Rashford understands he needs to take a substantial pay cut. See, that I got to stop you there because like you paid this money, like if we're restructuring my deal after this deal is over, then I'm with that. I'm with
Yeah.
the pay cut, but you got to honor what you said you would do.
Yeah.
A real man has to honor his contracts and they have to honor theirs. So like it sucks that he's on that much money, he's not performing for us 100%, but he made it so that he can get that contract when he signed it.
Yeah.
So they have to honor it. Now if they're restructuring the deal, 100% he can't expect that much going forward. Like a Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire has to get his new deal, smaller pay. No. I meant if he wants to go to another club, nobody's going to pay him the wages. Oh, no, that's understood. That's understood. Yeah, for sure. But here at this club, so you didn't mean that, but I guess I'll finish the point. Here at this club, he takes a pay cut when the deal gets restructured, if there's another deal, which I don't think there will be at this point. But up
That's
to the
bad.
point, you own that, you earned that 300,000, you enjoy that. Man United's just dumbass for giving to you.
Yeah, that's bad business by the Glazers right there.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Um,
Shout to Casey. Shout to let me get Dan Taylor. My bad, Dan. Big Dan Taylor says great performance from the young lad today, bro. 100%. 100%. I'm so glad that we're able to talk about this from the winning position, bro. I don't think I would have went. I'm going to the pub Sunday. Now I'm going to quit my job tomorrow. Shouts to me quitting my job.
you
I'm
are?
going there. I'm going to stand on top of the desk and start peeing.
I thought you were joking.
No, I'm dead serious. I'm leaving my job tomorrow. I'm a person that I leave. I will, if I don't feel comfortable, if I have to be somewhere for 8 hours, I want to feel comfortable. I want to feel valued, and I want to feel like I have a little bit of freedom. I'm gonna do all the work you asked for,
Yeah.
but I have to have those three things, And when I don't have one of the three, it's hard to be there. So I'm gonna go to the pub Sunday. Shouts to everybody that watched that Brighton game. Feeling very optimistic because we were able to get 3 points today against Southampton. Now, what I want to ask you is, should I be optimistic? And what do you expect from this game coming up?
After today, I'm unsure. Brighton have had our number for the last couple of years. This is what's worrying. They've had our number for the last couple of years, along with Brentford and Bournemouth. I think we can still win because I love the passion and the fight in the players today. If say we won 2-1 and there was lackluster of fight and passion, I would have been more disconcerted, more worried about Sunday. But again, they showed me fight and passion and came back and won. Brighton are also not the old Brighton. They still have some good players, Zuma. But I think we can get a win Sunday. I think we can get a win. Harry Maguire needs to start. I never thought I'd ever say that again.
Oh my God.
Never thought I'd say
Football
that
a
again.
funny old game, isn't it?
It is a funny game, man. Harry Maguire, Jesus. Give him a 3-year contract.
I'm about to buy a Harry Maguire kit, man.
What, with big H on the back?
I was gonna say big Harry. It's gonna say Slabhead on the back.
There we go.
Slabhead number 5. And also Harry Maguire right back into England team, no questions asked.
I
No
don't want to
questions
hear.
asked. And
That guy
nobody
needs.
even don't even look at anybody else. First, number
Now,
one, Harry Maguire, and
I
then
will
you
say
pick from
this
there
though.
on out.
That all depends on how Tuchel's going to line up. I think as good as Harry has been, it is due to how Amorim is playing the ball. He doesn't fit
Mm,
a back four anymore. If he
mm,
does not fit a back four anymore.
that's
A
tough.
back three he fits phenomenally well. So well that I think he's a better center back three than 𝗕𝗏 is right now. I think 𝗕𝗏 is better out on the right hand side.
Mm,
And I think Harry's better on in the center because 𝗕𝗏 has more pace to kind of get out those wides, where Harry is better in the air and Harry is better at clearing the ball with inside the box, but he is not pacey as we can see him when he's running. Looks like he's about to fall
yo,
down out of breath.
he's
But
running in slow motion.
he is
And you know
running.
what? He's a tall, wide guy, but he's not a big guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the fact that he moves so slow, but he's actually really athletic looking
Yeah.
is kind of crazy.
It is. But going back to the point, yes, I think we can grind out. We're going to concede. There's no doubt in my mind. So I think we can win the game, get a 2-1 win. You know, so but we're going to have to score. What I would like to see from Man United is to score early and to see if they can hold up. You know, because you were talking about earlier, they don't control the game. So to score early and then kind of when they're not controlling, hold it to them not scoring. And then at the end of the game, you know, come back and take control of the game like they did today. That's what I want to see. I want to see an early goal. I don't know where, but my problem is I don't know where it's coming. I just don't know. I'm gonna read a couple of comments. Cheese is in the chat. Mandem was tired. That was fucking stressful until
you
it
sound
wasn't.
good. Say that again.
What? Mandem was tired.
That sounds perfect. You're on your way.
Free up. What would we do without Amad? Spot on Sean, and he's going 3-2 versus Brighton. We pull out the win. Hey, who won the Oracle? I swear someone said 3-1.
I think I might have won it.
Was it you or Jeremy?
I won it. I said 2-1, then I changed it to 3-1 at the last minute.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna check. I'll check the video tonight.
I know Jeremy said 3. Oh.
I'll check it tonight, but I remember changing it from 2-1 to 3-1. I was like 2-1, 2-1. No, 3-1, 3-1. I know we're gonna concede though.
Yeah.
So I'll it's at the end. I love to do it at the end so I can just go look at the video and be like, oh, okay, here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Would you this is a tough one because we don't want to run him into the ground. Are you gonna start Amad?
Oh, 100%. He wants to play.
Yeah.
He wants to play. And then if he just can't hack it, he'll come off. Easy. And we'll put Anthony out there. Because Rashford's not there. So we'll be forced to.
He's got a lot of redemption to do after missing that open goal today.
Yeah. I think he knows it. But I also think he was, he got himself in the right position to do it.
He did. I would have been more happier if the ball had went wide and not back across goal into the goalkeeper's hand. Had he missed it. That's what made me mad so much is like, dude, you didn't even put it that way. You put it back across to the goalkeeper.
You had it, bro. You had it clear as day. That was worse than the Kai one the other day when it just fell to his foot and it went straight up into the air.
Yeah.
That was way worse than Kai Havertz. I don't know. I would have liked for it to have gone in, not just for the team, but for him.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's having such a rough time. Yeah, like that would have maybe built his confidence a bit, make him feel like he belongs out there. Because I know these guys are seeing the abuse they get. They have to be seeing it. They probably don't want to see it, but they have to know that the sentiment towards them is negative. Like they're viewed in a bad light. So like a goal right there would probably he probably would go to bed so good if he got that goal, be able to wake up and play against Brighton. I don't know. I just love these guys that play for our team, bro. You know what I'm saying? And as much as we get on them, I want them to do well. So him missing that goal, I'm not gonna pile on him too much, but god damn it, Score the shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been great for him considering he's got what 5 goals in 80 games or whatever it is. Yeah, pretty bad. Yeah,
You
it's
know, Marcus Rashford doesn't have a Premier League hat trick.
no.
Is that true? Somebody said that to me. They was like, Ahmad has more. He tell me a time he scored 3 goals for Man United in a game
In the Premier League or
in the
just in
Premier League. In the,
uh I don't think I know he's got 2. I would have swore he would have got a hat trick a couple of years ago when he was on fire.
he doesn't have one.
Wow. Wow.
That's insane.
Mhm.
I forgot what.
I'm
There's
not too
another.
disappointed with that though, with him being a winger. But I am a little disappointed for when he does play up front.
I'm disappointed that you have none with 300 and something appearances
Yeah.
in the forward position. In the winger position, exactly. You have no hat tricks at this top level, and you're supposed to be the guy on 300K, and
Yeah.
you've never scored 3 goals in a game?
Or 2, I know that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he scored 90.
Yeah.
So, cool. But like you've never had a hat trick. That's insane.
He's also
Also, I
5th
watched
on
another
our
stat that says Ahmad has never scored from playing in the 10 position. He's always only ever scored on the wing.
dude, for me, he has to play on that right wing. That wing back. I think he's
That's him.
fantastic in that
He
white
needs
wing
the
back.
space to operate and to pick up
Yeah,
speed,
I think
to accelerate.
he's kind of stifled in that temp because there's too many
Yeah.
people there. When we move forward, too many people in there. He doesn't have that ability to go out on the wing. I think he's kind of stifled.
Shout out to the man, them. Everybody's like, Mikey won. No, I said 2-0. Jeremy said 3-0. Okay. Congrats, Oracle Mikey. Cheese says spot on, Sean. 3-2 versus Brighton. If we could pull out the win, Casey and Jeremy, I think. Nah, that was me, buddy. The Oracle knows. I just know, bro. I should have said Ahmad hat trick. Bet your house on it.
Yeah. We're gonna do Oracle again today because we don't have a show again before Monday. So
Oh, well, real quick for everybody watching, everybody that's going to watch in the future. A lot of people watch this in the future. A lot of people watching on Facebook later. What I will say is I'm going to be doing a little segment after the games. It's called The South Got Something to Say, and I'm going to do 10, maybe 15 minutes after the game, maybe a couple hours, maybe an hour before after the game, or so, just to, just like a little roundup before
is
we
that gonna
go
be
into
your
Monday.
weekend one or?
It'll be on the weekend. So for Saturdays and Sundays, it'll drop same day. I'll make sure to record it, even if I got to do it on my phone or if I come home and record it and then do it. It's gonna be out. So we're building content on the channel. If anybody wants to be a part of it, you let me know.
Yeah, no, that's a cool little thing. There's some other people in our group. The walking, talking Casey. It's very much like that.
Yeah.
But do you know what I would really like to see? I'd like to see a Cheese and Jeremy show.
I would like to see
Cheese and Jeremy show. Just those two have on a Wednesday night. The Cheese and Jeremy show.
Cheese needs to get a microphone so he doesn't sound like he's on a jail call. Because he sounded like we were calling him collect from jail the other day. But big up Cheese, man. That'd be great. I like this. I just want to see us talking about this and showcasing where we live. Because we don't do that enough. Like as far as for our channel. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Cheese, hit me up after. I might even pay for the same mic and stuff that Jeremy got. I might even buy it for you. Hit me up after.
This one, $100. $100.
Yeah, this one was $100.
Yeah.
But the one Jeremy got off TikTok Shop.
Yeah.
What is it? $5 quid, $25.
Works wonders.
It does.
Got a stand, $10 for a stand.
Oh my, yeah, I got this. Yeah, we got to get a Cheese and Jeremy show. That would be. I'll set it up for you, boys. Don't worry.
Okay, let's see. 1-1 versus 1-1 Oracle versus Brighton. Ahmad the leader. Okay, I'll go ahead and say 2-1 United as well. You know what? Give me 1-0. I think we get a goal and have to defend. I'll take 1-0 to us.
You stole mine.
Yeah, I don't think we.
I'm gonna go with 1-1.
Yeah, you think we draw?
Yeah, I think we draw. I think we tie the game. Oh no, now I don't want 1-1.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think 1-1.
gotta be quicker off the ball here.
I think that's a reasonable given
3-1
given
United.
this isn't the Brighton of old now. This isn't the last year, the year before is Brighton. This is a weaker Brighton side, but they are very good. They are organized, and we've already lost to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-1 United because it doesn't.
3 1 nil for me, bro. 1-0, and we snatch it in the 80th, and we set up shop and get out of
Jeremy or
here.
Casey, you're gonna have to change yours. You've both gone with the same thing.
They can keep it. They can
Huh?
keep it. A couple people had have the same thing. We all were wrong before. Y'all them one cheesy Sanchez show.
Yeah, we want a cheesy
that
Sanchez show.
that sounds like a bad sexual position. A cheesy Sanchez.
Data. It's kind of like Jeremy Springer, the cheesy Sanchez show.
The cheesy Sanchez show.
You
Yeah,
can never be
but
guessed.
anything else you wanna leave us with? We actually finished a little early.
Yeah, we did finish a little early. No, man. Like, again, great fight, great passion, great just all round. When you weren't playing well, you came back, you did it. It's something that we've wanted to see for a very, very long time. And I thought for 10 minutes there, we were going to lose the game, but credit to you, Man United, and more credit to Ruben Amorim because what you're doing with this team, I really think in the next couple of years, if you carry on like this and get the players that you want, we can be back where we belong, and that's top of the Premier League.
That's a fact. 100% in agreement there. Shouts to Logan, man. Happy birthday, Logan, wherever you're at. If Casey, y'all clip this up, show it to Logan, tell him I said we love to have him back on Tuesday. We need the resident baller to get back on our show, man. We love to have him. Happy birthday, bro. Enjoy yourself.
Who's that?
And Logan that was on our show. He was on the Tuesday shows a
Oh,
couple
okay.
times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll say 1-0 to United. I'll see you guys at the pub on Sunday. Make sure that you're at the pub on Sunday. I know we're not playing anybody big, and you cowards don't like to show up unless we are. So you show up. Well, and we off the next day. I'll be
Yep.
off.
Yes,
So
we are.
and happy birthday, Dr. King. Until
Yep.
next time.
Peace
Up
out.
the fucking Reds.